No cloud subscription, local storage, AI detection that actually works. The eufy ExpertSecure E10 promises a lot, but does it deliver? That's right, stick around because we're gonna be testing it all out in today's video. All right, so we have a lot going on here with things that came in the box. Right here, we have got the home-based professional system. This is kind of the heart of our entire system right here. We've also got a security sign and our keypad. Down here, we've got our indoor camera, video doorbell, motion sensor, which I love having. We have a key fob, a couple of door entry sensors, and then we also have a security camera. This is everything that came in the box. But wait, there is more. Eufy has sent out some of their other accessories that you can add to your system right here. The one that I love seeing is this smart display. So we're going to be setting up this smart display. We've also got a flood and freeze sensor, panic button, indoor siren, which is really cool. We got a bunch more door and window sensors. And then we have also got this PoE cam. This is the S4. Now, unfortunately, I don't have PoE set up here in my house to get this guy set up, but I was looking on the back of our home base right here. And on the back of the box, it did mention right here that this is expandable to connect PoE cameras. So it looks like you can plug a PoE camera through an Ethernet cable from the box here into our camera to get that set up. So if you are in the market for something like that, you can connect it there and you don't need to buy the full PoE switch if you're gonna set that up. For those of you who don't know, PoE is power over Ethernet, so you can use a network cable to actually power this up and not need to plug it into a normal power outlet. Now, really quick, I wanted to mention all of these add-on devices right here do integrate into the home base station for the security system. This thing right here has battery backup and a 4G LTE connection, so when the power and internet go out, this thing is still going to stay up and running. Now that we've taken a look at all this stuff, let's go ahead and get everything set up. I do also want to thank Eufy for sending all of this stuff out and teaming up with me on this video. All right, so I've got my app loaded up, we've got the home base powered up and ready to connect.
Follow the instructions in the Eufy security app to set up the system.
All right, and it even verbally tells me to go ahead and set up the system here in the Eufy app. So we're gonna hit on the plus sign up here. We are going to add device, top device right here. Let's pull it up. Let's get it closer here. Home base professional, that is what we're setting up right now. And yes, step one, we're gonna go ahead and do the setup. Looks good. I've got my home base connected to my LAN ports and the power is plugged in, so we'll go ahead and click on next. Phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi, and let's go ahead and take a look at our link lights here on the front. So we've got a blue link light right there, so that looks good. Click on next. Oh, and it wants us to take a picture. Let's go ahead and allow that. It looks like down here on the bottom is where our QR code is gonna be. All right.
Homebase has received a pairing request. Press the sync button on the back to accept it.
Okay, we're gonna hit our sync button right here.
Homebase was added successfully.
And that's it. All right, well, that was easy right there. Let's go ahead and click on next. It does have a firmware update, so we'll go ahead and let it run its firmware update, but it's as easy as that. And now all I need to do is do this exact same thing with all the other devices in the box. Essentially, they all connect back to the home base wirelessly. We're gonna get it set up, connected. The next one that I wanna do here is that we are going to do the keypad. So the keypad we'll do next, door and window sensor, and then go through the rest of the stuff. What I like about this too is, say for example, for the door and window sensor that we're looking at right here, is that in the box, we have got right here, double-sided sticky tape. So we are just gonna pull this off, stick that to the back of each of these right here, and then just stick that to the door. It makes it so easy. It does come with screws if we need screws. Personally, I don't wanna use screws at all. I want to be able to remove it, move it around if I need to, maybe rename the devices if they're going at different locations, and having double-sided sticky tape is awesome. In fact, if I look here in the bag, I believe we've got extras. So it gives us a whole set right here. This one is going to be for the main base station, the solid one right there. But then we have got two strips here for this device. So if we do need to move it around, we do have an extra one right there. I'm gonna let this firmware update finish updating and then we'll jump into the next device. Okay, that only took a few minutes there. I'm gonna go ahead and name my home base. We're gonna click on our next button. It's gonna suggest to us placement. We'll click done. Next thing we need to do is activate all of our devices. Let's go ahead and click on here. It's gonna give us all the different options for the devices. Now these are the ones that came in the box with it, so it's cool that it knows those. Let's see, can I tap on one? No, we're just gonna go ahead and click on start. Ready to add device, all right. So first one right here, wants us to do the door and window, or they're calling them entry sensors. So it's waiting for them. We're gonna grab one of them right here. We're just gonna pull out the tab. You'll see a blue light on there. It is waiting to connect. And here is our other one. So we've got one of them pulled out. We have got the second one pulled out. We got a red flash on this one right here. I'm wondering if it's having some trouble connecting. So it looks like this one gave us an error. All right, so it looks like this one connected right here. This one's giving us an error, which is good to kind of show you what's happening. So we're gonna push that down, pull this out, and then in here is a reset button or a sync button. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna push on this. There we go, went back to blue. And now it's synced up. So if you do have any problems with that, you can go ahead and just sync it up. What I did when it was having problems is I just clicked on the need help. So if there are any issues, the app will show you exactly what you need to do. You can click on the need help here. It's gonna go through and show you what you need to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, got it. The next one that it wants us to do is a motion sensor. Here is our motion sensor right here. For this one, we're just going to also pull this tab out.
Device was added successfully.
Instantly, instant connection right there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go through the rest of the process for getting all of these synced up right here. So I'm gonna push the sync one right here, holding down the sync on the top of here, we can see, and boom, added successfully. So easy to do. Let me get the rest of these set up, connected, and then we're gonna go ahead and install it throughout the rest of the house. All right, now one thing that I wanted to point out on here, so say we have got the camera to set up next. I don't have that camera set up and installed right now, so what I'm going to do is just click on next device, and then the last one that we have here is the video doorbell. Also, that one is not set up and installed right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click next device on that one. So we have 2 not active, 6 that are active. We'll click on continue because I will set those up later. And then now it's gonna go through the steps of mounting the device. So everything on here is just following the instructions in the app, which have been very helpful. It's got a little video with it. It's got a little explanation. It's even got a button that says need help. You can click on that for further instruction if you need it. Very simple. All right, now that we got that set up, we take a look at everything in the app. We can see the things that are not set up yet. Interesting, why does this say not set up? Because I need to set up an access code. So there's some things here that I need to go through and set up. We see here, motion is detected. If we scroll down a little bit more, we can see the indoor camera in addition to the other cameras that I had already set up. I gotta say, that indoor camera is looking pretty good as far as its quality. So I'm gonna finish actually doing the install for these guys, and then we're gonna dive deeper into the app and show you some of the features in there. This has to be one of the easiest setups I have ever done. All of the devices have double-sided sticky tape on them, and they all connect wirelessly to the base station. So we have the base station set up, I have it plugged into our network, and now I'm just gonna go through and stick these where they need to go. I'm gonna put a door sensor on my front door so I can monitor when that is opening and closing. I also have a window sensor that we're going to stick onto the window. Every time one of these opens and closes, you're going to see a light flash on it, indicating that it has opened or closed. We have also got the motion sensor that I'm gonna put up in the corner to monitor the entire room. We've got our indoor camera set up in the living room to monitor everything that's going on. Outdoor cameras are set up too. We have got the S340 plugged in with the solar panel sitting there on the roof. That is going to be giving us beautiful 3K resolution. And then we have got the smart display that is monitoring everything right here on the kitchen counter. Okay, so let's talk about what makes up the eufy Expert Security System and how all of these components work together. First thing that you're gonna notice is that everything is wireless, which makes setup so easy. The heart of everything is the home base station. This is where all of your data lives. It's got 32 gigs of local storage built into it, but is expandable up to 16 terabytes if you need it. And it connects to all of your devices. Everything communicates through the home base. And because it's local storage, you are not paying monthly cloud fees. The home base also has a battery backup built into it. So if the power goes out, the system stays armed and keeps running. In fact, almost all of your devices have battery backups in them. Now, the entry sensors, they are your door and window sensors, and they're pretty straightforward. They're small, wireless, and they'll alert you when the door or window is open. You can set them to trigger different modes. So maybe you want notification when you're away, but not when you're at home. They do have a good range, and the batteries inside of them last for about 5 years with typical use. You can name each one of the sensors in the app so you know exactly which door and window is open. Now, the keypad is actually how you interact with the system on a day-to-day basis. You can arm and disarm the system with your PIN code, and you can create multiple PIN codes for family members or trusted people. The nice thing is that the keypad is tactile, so you are not fumbling around with your phone when you walk into the house. You can actually go up to a pad and type your PIN code in. Now, let's talk about the smart display, which is basically the visual control panel for your system, and is honestly one of my favorite devices. This is also a standalone device, so you don't need to have the Expert Security System to use this. You can buy it and use it with the eufy security system in general. But it's an 8-inch display that shows you live camera feeds, lets you control your system, and acts as a smart home hub. You can view multiple camera feeds at once, answer the door if you have a video doorbell, and check sensor status. It supports Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant, so you can use voice commands. Think of it as your central monitoring station that you'd mount in the kitchen or hallway. It also has a base station or a dock that you can set it into and take it out whenever you want to, so it is mobile. All of these components talk to each other through that home base. So when your door sensor triggers, the system can automatically start recording on a nearby camera and send you alerts, and it logs everything locally. You can create automation routines like having the system arm itself at bedtime and when everyone leaves the house based on geofencing. Now, the app ties everything together. You can check your sensor status, view camera feed from the smart display, arm or disarm remotely, and get notifications when specific sensors trigger. The interface keeps everything organized by room or zone, so you're not scrolling through giant lists to find your back door sensor. As we saw earlier, the setup is pretty straightforward. Each device pairs with the home base, and you give it a name and location, and you're good to go. The whole system is modular, so you can start with just the basic system and add more sensors and cameras as you need them. Now, eufy also offers 24/7 professional home monitoring as an optional service. This is different from the self-monitoring I just described. With professional monitoring, when the alarm triggers, a monitoring center is immediately notified. They'll attempt to contact you if there's an actual emergency and dispatch police, fire, medical services to your home. The monitoring is handled by trained professionals who are watching your system around the clock. If you are not able to respond or confirm that it is a false alarm, they will take action on your behalf. This does require a subscription, which runs about $30 a month with no long-term contracts required. You can cancel at any time if you decide you prefer the self-monitoring. Now, the key difference here is response. With self-monitoring, you get alert and you decide what you want to do. With professional monitoring, there's someone else ready to take action, even if you can't get to your phone. It's an option worth considering based on your needs and whether you want the extra layer of response. Now, I want to go ahead and test out the system. We're going to be using the water leak sensor right here to see how fast we get a reaction when this thing actually gets water on it. So on our system right here, let's go ahead and scroll down. We are going to put us into our home mode. So that way we are armed. We see here on the app, it notified me that we are armed. Now we're gonna go ahead and dump some water in here and see how fast I get that phone call.
Warning, water leakage alarm. Warning, water leakage alarm.
All right, we are getting noise everywhere. Okay, and here is our phone call. Hello?
Hello. This is a courtesy message from eufy Security notifying you that your system is alarming.
Perfect. All right, so that is the experience with setting off this alarm, how fast it does react on here, and how quickly I am getting a phone call when something like the water sensor goes off. Now, I want to say this speaking candidly. I have been working with eufy as a brand since their beginning, since they came out with their very first camera. And using their cameras back then, I loved them. They were great cameras. They were really getting up and going. It's been a few years since I've used their stuff, and this is kind of my first dive back into their ecosystem. And I am absolutely blown away of what they have built this ecosystem to be. Between security cameras, sensors, home monitoring, and then on top of that, they have got their eufy clean division, which is robot vacuums, stick vacuums, push vacuums, anything that is clean related. If you want to invest and dive in to a brand that has a very established ecosystem, I can't think of anything better than investing in eufy. They have been around forever, and honestly, I think their cameras and their systems are the best ones out there. That's something I actually want to dive a little bit deeper into later on, is I want to compare their cameras to other industry standards out there. But from just of what I have seen looking at these, I don't think there are any cameras out there that are better than eufy. If you guys want to know more about this system or just the eufy devices in general, I recommend checking out their website. I will have links in the description below. If you guys found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.